Okay, so for the first cooking video I'm going to do, I'm going to be making my version of chicken chow mein. I am not doing the traditional version. It doesn't even come close. I'm just doing my quick, easy version that I like. And sorry for the kids screaming in the background. Can't do much about it. They're 9, 8, 5, and 3. So, and if I do cuss or yell, I'm sorry. One of you guys has to do it. I'm doing something. And then also, you might hear random sounds from the living room because they're watching Jurassic Park and it's kind of loud. So, okay, so let's just jump right in here. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. First off, you need the biggest frying pan you have. I am recording the biggest frying pan you have, okay? And then for chow mein, okay, so the basic is you're going to want your noodles, which I got the yakisobe. I'll show you how to do those in a second. You want your chicken. You also want your veggie. Now, because I'm lazy and I'm not going to cut it all up and I'm going to do this simple and it's going to take me about 20-30 minutes, I went and got pre-prepared. It's called Exotic Chopped Suey. It's got a gourmet blend of 8 premium vegetables, which is snow peas, bok choy, broccoli, celery, carrots, cabbage, and bean sprouts. Cheap. Bought it at Albertsons. Didn't really spend much on it. Okay. Now, so this is Brianna. She's going to be my kitchen helper, or at least she's going to try. Mom's probably going to yell at her at some point. But I can't really see what I'm doing. I can't turn my camera around because my phone's retarded. This is my chicken, which I have already marinating in what is, where is my jar? 2 of these full of hot water and a basic hodgepodge of what spices I already have out, which is Worcestershire, soy sauce, some minced onions, some minced garlic. Again, I'm lazy. All this stuff is pre-prepared. I don't, some pepper. Little teeny bit of celery salt. Some garlic powder. Lots of garlic. We love garlic around here. Garlic salt.
We love garlic.
And some parsley flakes. A tiny, like, I don't measure anything, so I can't give you an exact measurement of what I put in there. But, like, maybe like a tablespoon of white vinegar. It's essential in Chinese cooking, or so I've heard. I don't know. I just do it my way. Yeah. And then maybe like a tablespoon or 2 of just plain old vegetable oil. And, of course, put it in the hot water and put it in the bag, which I have sitting in a container so that it doesn't leak all over the counter. And this feels good and defrosted. And I'm going to get to chopping that here in a second. But let's set up the yakisobe first. Okay, so I'm going to put the phone down. You get to stare at my nose while I do this because I'm lazy and I don't feel like pushing the button a million times. And I can't figure out how to turn my camera around. So, do that. Make sure my camera's actually facing the right direction. Okay, so when you get yakisobe, it comes in a bag. Some stores, you can find it in the refrigerator section, and it's just refrigerated, and you don't have to worry about this step. But at my store, sadly, there we go. That actually can lean pretty well right there. Okay, so at my store, sadly, they are frozen. Okay, so the easiest way to get these to defrost is to actually just take and put them in a pan of hot water. You don't need to boil it. You don't need to turn it on or stick it on the stove or anything. I have a pan sitting over there in the sink. Here, I'll show you real quick. In the sink, full of hot water. You just set them in there, and they can go ahead and they will defrost pretty quickly. I mean, it doesn't really take much. And while that's defrosting, I'm going to go ahead and do the chicken. Can you find me the cutting board?
A cutting board? Okay.
Yes.
Well, there used to be one right here, but now
No, no, we need the plastic one. I think it's down there. Other side. Over here. Underneath the other. Sorry, children. They need help with everything. You find it?
it doesn't look like it's in here.
Oh, you know what? I bet you it's way up high. Hold on.
Hi.
Way up here. Yep, it's way up here. Go ahead and close that and get out of the way so I can grab it.
Oh, that's my brother.
Oh, Elijah, my one and only son, who, oh, sorry baby, is 5. And I just smashed his finger. Oh, mommy's so sorry. Let me see. It's fine. Mwah. Okay, go. Yes, he has long hair. No, I'm not going to cut it. Don't even start with me on that. Okay, so knife, cutting board. Pretty basic. Everybody knows how to use those. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have the chicken in this container with this bag, which is obviously full of liquid and going to make a mess if I'm not careful. So I'm just going to dump it in this container and go from there. Just so you know, there are 2 more children that will probably make an appearance at some point. I hear one of them playing behind me with toys. The other one's in the kitchen, or in the dining room, coloring. But I'm sure at some point they will pop in. Scarlett, get out of stuff. That's the one that's getting into stuff. Will you handle that, please? Okay. And this smells amazing, by the way. So I'm just going to, as carefully as possible, slide the chicken out of this bag as Scarlett runs away screaming. Which will happen from time to time. You'll hear a child scream, or, you know, running footsteps, or this one will pop off and say something that she thinks is cute or funny. And I'm sorry, I'm a mom of 4, and you just got to be used to it.
My mom.
Yeah, your mom. Okay, so you're going to get your hands dirty. It's chicken. Make sure you're able to wash your hands after you're done. I'm going to go ahead and slide this over to the side over here.
Can I hand you the meat?
No, honey, I don't want you to get the chicken on your fingers. Okay, so what we have is boneless, skinless chicken breast, which of course has been marinating for maybe an hour. It was frozen when I put it in. And I basically, that was why, part of the reason I used the hot water was to make it so that it would, keep your hair and your clothes out of that, please. To make it so that it would defrost fairly easily. So I'm just going to basically cut it. And I picked the right knife. This is the knife that was just recently sharpened. Knives are dangerous in this house. This is why I'm doing this and not her.
Mom?
What, baby?
It looks like it's going to rain.
Oh, yes, it probably is going to rain. We're going to have a nice little thunderstorm, so at some point you may hear thunder in the background. I don't think it's going to hit right now. It is pretty windy outside, though, so you might hear bangs or anything like that. So I'm just going to finish cutting this chicken up. And like I said, I don't measure anything. I just throw it all in, and I season to taste and just kind of go with the flow. I don't remember most of my recipes. You're going to get hit in the head. I don't remember most of my recipes, or write them down, I should say. I remember them all in my head.
Hello?
I just don't keep track. I don't know.
No.
My dad was the one that taught me how to cut, how to cook, and how to prepare stuff from other countries. So grab a different one, baby.
He's the one that almost taught me how to cook.
No, not my dad.
Well, Faith knows how to cook.
Okay,
And
well, but
she's
that's
my
not what we're
cousin.
talking about, baby, okay? Once again, I have children. I'm sorry. Got a little sidetracked. But my dad was the one that taught me how to cook food from other countries, and he taught me. Can I do this, please? Thank you. He taught me how to do these things without a cookbook himself, and my mom doesn't use a cookbook either. So it's all basically they're handed down, and we store them all in our head. We have really long memories. So my mom was the one that taught me how to season things. So my dad taught me how to cook. My mom taught me how to season. My mom taught me what flavor was. My mom was one of the best cooks in the world. At least I think so. But, so I took what I learned from both of them, and I've come up with quite a few of my own. This one, I did the original recipe from the cookbook. I learned every single step from making the noodles by hand to how to cut and season and do all of it by hand with every single ingredient. And I went, this is too much. It's too much effort. I have 4 children. I'm not going to take the time to do this every single time, because if I do it that way, it's going to take me hours. And I have 4 children. That doesn't work. So I decided the simple way was the best, and I figured out my ways to do it, and I don't care if I'm not doing it right, because this is my recipe, and I can do whatever I want.
Mom?
I'm waving my knife at you because I'm crazy. Nah, not really. Actually, I kind of am. But that's a different story.
Mom?
I also have ADD, so I'm going to do like random
Mom,
pop off on random things. I miss Grammy too. So over the course of my cooking, I have also learned that in order to get my kids to eat things, I have to do things that they like, and get them involved. Normally we would, if I wasn't doing a video right now, and if it wasn't so late, because I don't know if you can see the clock behind me, but it's 5:05 in the evening, and I need to feed my children, and the girls and Elijah have school in the morning. So I'm doing this the quick way. But normally there would be, I would be chopping, they would be chopping, they'd be handing me stuff. All of the kids would be involved as much as I can. Brianna here is my little chef. She loves to cook. She doesn't do it very often because, well, she just gets in my way sometimes. But I love her to death, as I do all my children. Amber's usually my helper. She will moderate everybody else that's not helping. So that's usually what she does. Almost done with this chicken. I've got 2 more to do. And you'll notice this is a very large pile of chicken, and it's because don't stick that in your mouth, please. It had chicken in it that wasn't cooked. The reason this is such a large amount is because we like our meat in this family. We are very, very big on meat. Every single one of my kids, from the time they could chew it, loved steak, and I love steak. And so if you're expecting to find very many vegetarian meals on here, it's not gonna happen. Sorry. I mean, I know a few, but I don't really do them very often. But we do love our meat, and we do love our vegetables, so, there will be some of that in here as well. That one had a blood vein in it. Nice. Okay, so these are all boneless, skinless, already cut, filleted, whatever you want to call them. And I just basically cut them into, so the knife right here. Don't touch that, please. It's hot. Or hot. It's sharp. I can't even speak. I just basically cut them into little 1-inch chunks. Some of them came out 1/4 inch because, well, I was just cutting them. So, okay, so you have to share, dude. Twice. It never ends. Okay, so, basically, make sure I got it all out of there. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these chunks and I'm going to put them back in the marinade, and I'm going to set up the rest because...
Let me help.
No, no, no. Now you have to wash your hands. You might as well help anyway. Just don't grab those ones right there. And try not to... Don't drop it. It'll splash everywhere. Just kind of have to set it down in the water. And I'm going to clean up my space and go to the next stage. And because we are a raw vegetable family, my oldest will take a tomato right out of the fridge, grab the salt, and go sit down at the table and eat it. All of my kids love their fruit. They love their veggies.
Mom, what about the noodles?
Just push it over to the other side and wash your hands on the other side.
Okay.
So, because we're a raw veggie, I'm not going to soft cook the vegetables. I'm just going to put them in there, heat them up, basically, and then it's done. So I'm going to do the chicken first, and then the vegetables, instead of the vegetables and then the chicken like you're supposed to. Mainly because we like our vegetables still kind of crunchy. Okay. Right back. I gotta go wash my hands and rinse this off. Is there another towel? Let me see a towel.
I put it over there.
That one's not gonna work. I need that one. Okay, so. Okay, I don't need. What is this? This is
Flavoring.
yakisobe sauce. I don't really need this. This is for stir fry. I never really use these. Even when I do make the stir fry, I just don't. I will buy the package set that's different. It just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to throw this away, and I'm going to put this up in the drawer. Somebody will use it later.
That's pretty deal.
Okay, where's the, I need this. Okay. And all of our kitchen rags, of course, are little characters. This is Scooby-Doo. Everybody knows who Scooby is. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure my counter is dry. Okay, now here's where the tricky part comes in, because we just broke our stove. So I have to use the other side of the stove. So I'm going to move the camera. You can have that. Yeah. We cracked it good. Somebody was making chili beans, forgot about their pan. And then when it turned off and as it cooled down, it went crack and it got everywhere. I was seriously picking up, this is porcelain. I was seriously picking up pieces of porcelain for days. Okay, so let's see, let's put this on about just a little more than medium heat. I'm gonna let it warm up. I need you to watch out so that I can get over there, please. I'm gonna pull this pan of chicken over this way very carefully so I don't spill it because it's full. And I'm going to set it right there. I have my spoon holder. I need my stir fry spatula.
Now?
No, I've got this part, honey.
Okay.
Okay, so I can smell the pan. It heats up pretty quickly, and then on this stove it heats up pretty quickly. And then it starts to kind of make this scent and starts to burn. Hold on, I'm checking on children. Okay, pull that closed the rest of the way. That one's Amber. That's the one that was coloring. Okay. So I'm going to come back over here, and what I'm
In case you don't know Spanish, that means hi.
Everybody knows what hola means, honey. Okay, so vegetable oil. This is why this is still out. You take, I don't know who tightened that on there. It must have been me, because I'm pretty sure I was the last one to use this one. So you take and dump about that much. That'll do it. Yeah. See, I don't measure nothing. Nothing. Not care. Yeah, I know. I'm goofy. I'm weird. It only gets weirder. My kids have learned to just roll with it. Okay, so because I don't want to wash my hands again, I'm going to use this to get my chicken. So in my pan, seems like it's pretty warm. I'm going to go ahead and just, if I can get just one piece, put that in there. It's not quite ready. The pan's warm, but the oil is still working on it. And again, children, they're everywhere. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. It never ends around here. There's always lots of noise and lots of commotion. Let's see if we can get this to stand. I'm gonna rearrange my thing here. I gotta keep my phone away from the heat, of course. Brianna's poking in again. My little helper. And that ought to be good. Okay, so this is starting to, I don't know if you can hear it, but this is starting to kind of sizzle a little bit. So I'm going to start putting chicken in there. And once again, sorry for the flips around of the phone and everything. I can't change my camera. My phone's retarded. It is a Samsung, which means it should be able to do it. But no, of course not, because it's cheap Samsung. Hey, they can't hear me when you're singing. You have a very beautiful singing voice, but they can't hear me.
What is that now?
Amber.
What?
Oh, she's in Elijah's room. Never mind.
For a second there, I thought she was in the bathroom.
That's what I thought too. And then we would have had a naked baby, and I would have had to pause and run away and then come back. So we don't want that. Why am I hearing? Is that Dad getting a phone call?
Yeah.
Bring it here. Let me see.
Okay, I'm gonna go wake Dad.
Wait, who is it?
It's not a phone call.
What is it? Let me see. Oh, it's just an alarm. Push dismiss. Or drag the alarm over to dismiss. It's fine. It's just to go pick you up from school. You don't need to give it to him. Just put it up there. Right there. Hey. Whoa. Right there.
Up here?
That works too.
To pick you up at school. Put it on top of my collar. To pick.
Okay. Around here we set our alarm for every day. That way we know we never miss it. I usually work nights, so honestly these are going to be few and far between if I do them anymore. I'm going to try this one, see how it turns out, see what everybody's reactions are, and go from there. I may do more, I may not, but I'm just trying, whatever. So, just about got all the chicken in here. And now I don't typically use plastic utensils for, I haven't gotten to that yet. Hold on. I don't usually use plastic utensils for cooking because I don't like them. They bend really easily. And I don't use metal because I use Teflon pans. Bamboo is my buddy. Right now, of course, I'm using plastic to get the chicken out, but you know.
That sounds like Scarlett's evil laugh.
It was Scarlett's evil laugh. Will you go make sure she's not torturing Bubba? Although I don't hear Bubba screaming, so it's usually a good sign. Bree, can I have that, please? Thank you. She's stealing his trains?
No.
What's she playing with?
She's helping build the freaking train track.
Oh, they're working together.
Yeah.
This is crazy. It never happens.
True.
Elijah never shares his trains.
Not-
He's sharing his trains with his sister right now.
Not
Groundbreaking moment.
with
And I'm filming
either.
already.
Not with me either.
So, anyway, I'm going to finish spooning this chicken out. I think, oh, there's a minor disagreement there. I think I've got just about all of it. Still a minor disagreement. Seems like the toy was stuck or something, and they were fighting over how to do it. I don't know. I don't really care. As long as they do it over there.
Not in the kitchen.
Yeah, not in the kitchen.
Yeah, huh?
Now, I hope everybody can hear me. I'm trying to speak loudly without yelling at the top of my lungs. I do kind of have a sore throat right now, so it is what it is. I, of course, am going to review this video before I post it, and we'll go from there. Okay, I need you to move. I'm going to go dump this real quick. You need to move. Now we need this back. That's the reason I wanted to go dump it and rinse it out real quick, because I'm going to need it here in a minute. I don't need that yet. Thank you. I need to cook the chicken first. Okay, so we've got the chicken in here, and you just kind of want to, you know, cook it. There's not really much else you got to it, you know. So, and there is quite a fair bit of oil in here, which is fine. It'll be distributed throughout the rest. I don't need the oil anymore, so Brianna, that happens when you have children, lots of them. You mix up their names all the time.
Uh-huh.
But Brianna, you can put the vegetable oil up in the cupboard. It goes on the top shelf, you know that.
Where's the vegetable?
Right there. It goes up in the cupboard. I don't need it anymore. At least not. Oh wait, no, I do need it for the noodles. I just forgot. So put that over that way. Over that way. That way. My hand's in her face. You can't see it. So you do need it for the noodles. This is all going to end up in the same pan. So that's about all the dishes that we're going to get dirty right now. Was the knife, the cutting board, the pan that I'm cooking in, the pan that I had the chicken in, and the spoon that I used to stir, and the spoon that I used to pull the chicken out with. So that's all we're going to need, you know. Brianna, will you check the noodles and see how defrosted they are for me?
Uh-huh.
And this is cooking up pretty quick. It's not...
They're still frozen.
They're still frozen? Okay, so dump the water out.
It's poking it.
Hold on, let me see.
Poking it.
Okay, so dump the water out. Let that get super hot and then put it over in the pan. Okay, we're just making sure there's hot water on the noodles to make sure that they're completely defrosted. You can do them slightly frozen, but sometimes it kind of changes the taste a little bit. So the hot water works best to defrost them. Okay, so this chicken's just about... Okay, so...
Mom, do you think this is hot enough?
Put the pan back down.
I'm super wet now.
Our sink sprays everywhere. We have really, really high pressure. So,
I love hot.
okay, go turn the water. Go turn the water off.
Scarlet.
Just get down and go turn the water off. It's okay. Just... Oh my gosh, the pan's about to overflow. This one runs around in diaper all the time. She will take her clothes off and run through the house bare butt naked, and I have to chase her down. So if I suddenly have to run away, I will pause the video before I go do it, because sometimes it takes me a minute to gather her up and
happens all the time.
get her changed and all that. But it happens all the time. It hasn't happened yet, thankfully. And she sees herself in the video, so she's trying to spider monkey, and I'm not allowed to put her down. And if you notice, I have both hands. I'm not holding her. She is doing this. This is what happens all the time. She climbs everything and everyone.
I used to do it.
Yes, Brianna did it too. And that's my hair. Okay, down you go. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Okay, so now my oil's starting to fry a little bit, and my chicken's starting to look. See if I can do it without dropping it.
Can I taste it?
Starting to look white. It's not ready yet for tasting. I need not yet. I need the Worcestershire.
This?
Yes. Okay.
I was just making sure because I don't know.
Not really an Asian item here, but I use it anyway. Okay, so pop it open. Kind of just a little, about a teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever. Just enough so that flavor's there. Okay, and then I need the soy sauce.
Soy sauce?
Now this is where, okay, this can get a little expensive. Buy the cheap stuff for this because I'll use about half of this. No joke. Soy sauce, it's the key ingredient. Okay. So.
To everything, right?
Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna drizzle a bunch of that in there. And then put the lid on. Set it down over there. So I don't need it anymore right now. And I'm just gonna mix this in. And it went from, it kind of almost looks like what was in the bag now. And you can smell it. It smells good. Okay, so.
Very, very good. But we're making the Chinese food, right?
Yes. We are making Chinese food. We did not get any chopsticks.
Yes we do. We have some.
No, we have skewer sticks. That's not chopsticks.
I know, but we have some chopsticks.
We do?
I think.
I don't think we have any left.
Amber's checking for chopsticks.
Not that that matters. We can eat with forks.
I don't really like forks. I'd love to try it.
Okay, so this is about ready to have the vegetables thrown in. But before I throw the vegetables in, I'm actually going to strain this because the chicken let out quite a bit of water. So I'm actually going to strain it. And
I found some, but how many do we need? Because there's some more. Chopsticks!
we do have chopsticks. Look at that.
Give me one.
Okay, well, stop. Well, we're only, who's going to use them? Me, you, Brianna, and probably Dad.
And probably Dad, okay.
So
that's 2, 4, 6, 8.
So we need 8 different chopsticks to make 4 sets of 2. I know. Okay, so this is ready. I'm going to strain this. Where's the strain?
Can I put some meat?
Not yet. It's not completely cooked yet. Okay, so we're going to take this over here.
I want to taste the meat so bad, but my mom won't let me yet.
Okay. All right, awesome. So put them up somewhere. We'll rinse them off before we use them because I don't know how long they've been in that drawer.
They've been in that drawer for like forever.
Okay, watch out. Coming through with hot stuff.
It is definitely hot, and you can see the red dot on. I can see the red dot on the stove.
Watch out, the stove is still on. Back up, back up. Come on, hot stuff.
To touch the stove.
Okay.
Our stove whenever.
Okay, there's the pan,
that
and it's empty now.
button is on.
I'm going to. You need to move. There we go. And I got a little bit on the stove, so it's going to smoke for a second.
Excuse me, but I need the.
Okay, use the sink. Just turn the water on. It's fine. And runs around naked. What do you got all over your face?
Marker.
Ugh. She found the marker.
No!
Okay, so back to this. Now that I've strained it, there's still a little bit in there and it's still kind of giving off a little bit of water. This is what it looks like now.
Mom, can we get scarlet off?
Just a second.
I'll do it. Charlotte.
You got her? Why don't you go turn off? Hey, why don't you go turn off Jurassic Park?
I don't know how to.
Eject it. It's a DVD.
No.
Put in Moana.
Okay.
It's on top of the DVD player. Okay, so next. Hi, that's not what I wanted. Now we need this.
And then my mom won.
This.
Like all the way to the moon.
Okay, so you got it. Chopped soy. It tells you what's in it. And I know it's backwards, but you know, I can read backwards. Can you? I'm kidding. You're totally not.
Nice.
There's no children over there anymore. Okay, so we need
I'm not
this,
going to
just a little bit of this, just a little bit.
Can I have one? Carrot?
Let me dump some of this in the pan, and then you can do whatever you want with the rest. Okay, so just enough.
Oh, do you remember where the DVD player remote went?
It should be in the windowsill right there.
I just love carrots. But not when they're freshly cooked. But my mom makes the best cooked carrots and the best cooked things.
My kids love my cooking.
True.
Easy.
Gimme.
Hey, you ripped the bag.
Gimme.
And we're recording. Come on. Okay, so here's kind of what you got now. Now the chicken is underneath of there. I don't know if you can see it. But this is what you got now. And you know, back up right there. We're at 36 minutes.
Yummy. Carrots.
What?
The TV is on 100% volume, right?
On the back of the DVD player, pull the red one.
Just so you know, carrots are the best. And then plug it back in?
No, don't plug it back in. Just unplug it. Okay, so what we're doing now, move this over just a little bit so you can actually see. Just very carefully because it's gonna everywhere. Try and mix this together. And now is where you can really start to smell all the yummy goodness. And just a little bit more of that.
Ew.
Okay, and then
Can I taste the meat now?
no, I'm not ready yet. Okay, now I'm going to start telling you to hand me things. So you got to pay attention. Okay, so I need the minced onions. I'm not going to put very many of these in here because there's already quite a few. Okay, the garlic and the spoon for the garlic.
Hard to open things.
Especially when there's grease on your hands. Okay. About that much. Yeah, there we go.
It smells good. The garlic. Does it?
Yep.
Is that?
Sink. Okay, pepper. Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to stir this up before I add in some more. Because it's starting to cook on the bottom.
Broccoli.
And the last time I did this, they totally chowed down and ate it all. It was gone pretty darn quickly. We like our food. If you ever come to a McMillan Gathering, which that's what their last name is, if you ever come to a McMillan Gathering, you learn to eat as fast as you can, as much as you can, and then go back for more if there is any left, because in this family it will be gone. So my kids learn early to eat as much as they can, and they know to clean their plates or they don't get to play on their tablet or get dessert or anything like that. So, okay, so I'm gonna actually with chopsticks. Okay, put them in the strainer to dry. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this. Bring that back in.
Dry them off with your towel.
Okay, that works too. Okay, so now celery salt. And the only reason I'm adding celery salt is because there was celery in the mix. So,
Mama,
what?
need bowls or plates?
We'll worry about that in a minute, okay? Hey, John.
I'm eating trees.
Okay, so about that much. Okay, garlic powder.
I like these. They're not actually
Lots.
kind of trees, they're
So good.
broccoli.
She's eating raw broccoli right out of that bag that I had a minute ago. Okay, next garlic salt.
Amber, I'm helping Mommy.
Hey, don't fight. You can both help. Okay.
Mom!
I don't really like this garlic salt. I don't usually use this kind. It's way, way finely grained and I don't like it. Okay, and then the parsley flakes.
And then you need the jar, right?
Yeah, then I need the, no, I don't need that. I need the vinegar. That can actually go back up in the cupboard. I don't need it.
This? Mom.
I'm recording! Don't be loud. Okay, just a little bit of vinegar.
Oh, windy.
Yeah, it's gonna start raining here pretty soon. Okay, now mix all of it
Very
together.
windy. How long was I out?
About 2.5 hours.
Wow, I was out.
Okay, so mix that all in. Okay, now I need the soy, please.
This is why?
Soy. Sauce. S-O-Y. Soy. Soy. And like I said, I'll use about half of this. I swear. It just...
Because boom, gone.
Okay, can I have the Worcestershire now? You Worcestershire. Can anybody say that word? Because I'm not confident I'm saying it right. No, I haven't opened those ones. I need the one that's open. The other one. Black lid. There you go. Can I have it, please? Thank you. So now we have a nice caramelizing effect going on in here. Keep stirring for a minute.
Or two. Can you taste the meat now?
Not yet.
Back.
Uh-oh, what'd she get into now?
Goddamn remote.
Oh, she found the remote. So, kind of mix it around.
I'm only gonna eat up this broccoli at the top.
Okay, you need to stop. Otherwise, you're not going to eat your dinner. I know you like your veggies, but... And thank you for proving that point, even though you were eating them off camera. This is just about ready to be cycled out.
So if you give me like any carrots or something, I'll eat the carrots.
I'm not ready for that yet, Amber.
Not too many veggies that I like. All I really like is broccoli.
Fork.
Broccoli and carrots. That's all I really like. Yay, just a meat time. You too? You too? Ah. One taste. You taste.
That's some shit.
taste.
It's really hot. I'm gonna put it right here and let it cool down. It's really, really, really hot. No. So, snap peas are nice and plump. Kind of cook down some of this cabbage a little bit. And you would think, oh wow, she put so much of that soy sauce in there. It's really, really salty. It's actually not all that salty, which is part of the reason I use the Worcestershire and the vinegar. It cuts down the salt and it makes it kind of sweet. So, and then all the juices from everything else change it as well.
It's A-okay. I like it.
Okay, so this is going to get dumped over here into this pan,
It's very hot.
which is the pan I had the chicken in earlier.
I want more chicken.
No. Okay, how are those noodles looking? Are they defrosted?
I think,
Okay, start handing them over. Okay, so for the noodles, oh yeah, those are good and defrosted.
Okay, the wind is not blowing it off.
Yeah, it is. It's over there. Okay, one more. All right, so
yummy meat.
for the noodles, we're gonna go ahead and use what's left in this bottle. Dump it in there. Put that in the trash.
Can I have one and taste one of the noodles?
In a minute.